Hi, everybody. Welcome to Conscious Conversations. I'm your host, Katie Augustyn. So, I'm a spiritual teacher, I'm a shamanic practitioner, I'm a transformation coach, and I'm the head of the Transformation Center based in Westport, Connecticut. So, at the center, in addition to the individual sessions that I do with coaching and healing, we also offer a variety of workshops. We have classes. We even have sound baths in the backyard next to the labyrinth. And we have online and in-person events. So you can check it out on our website, which is transformationcenterct.com. And we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. And everybody is welcome, especially beginners, because at the center, we really focus on helping you tune into yourself, to let go of your limiting beliefs, to build that self-awareness that gets you connected to your true inner self and your inner wisdom. And by connecting there, then you're able to consciously create the life that you love. It sounds simple, and in a way it is. So we welcome any newcomers to check us out. So, I created the Conscious Conversations podcast so I could talk to people about their journeys, because a lot of people are out there consciously creating a life that they love. And I want to find out about their journey, what they're up to, and it's also an opportunity for you to learn from my guest every week, because what they are up to, this is going to enlighten you, and you can find out what they have to offer you as well. So again, welcome to the show. And I want to welcome my special guest today, Lisa Pack. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Katie. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so thrilled to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited you took time off to
Yes.
come over here today, Joel,
Yes.
because I'm going to read a little bit about you,
Great.
and the audience can get to know you before we start.
Super.
Okay. So we're also going to put up your contact info so they can contact you.
Brilliant.
Okay. So Lisa Pack is the founder and owner of Westport's newest wellness destination. And it's called the Hummingbird Healing Center. And I love that name. And hopefully you'll tell us a little bit about
Absolutely.
that. Okay. And it's located right here in downtown Westport, right on Main Street. And it's in the second floor above Blue Mercury, which you probably know where that is. And I love this. The mission of the center is to welcome anyone who wants to experience the transformational power of sound through a variety of modalities. And the center offers private sessions. Now, this is brand new. It's called the Harmonic Egg.
It's pretty unique and
Pretty
special.
amazing, yes. And I can speak firsthand because I have done it. And it's the only one in Connecticut. I think
Correct. Only one in Connecticut.
maybe even on the East Coast.
There's
Second
four on the East Coast currently,
one? Four. Okay.
and more to come.
So you're going to hear more about that in a few minutes. And she also hosts group sound events such as sound baths and
with Gary Posner, who's amazing.
yeah, and I've also done that. And in addition, Lisa has created a little retail boutique there at the center, which you can actually experience for yourself. You can buy healing instruments to take home with you, and I'm ready for that. I think that's my next step. So we're going to hear more about that as well. So again, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah. And before we get started hearing all about the center, more detail, I'm really curious, how did you get interested in this whole sound therapy thing in the first place?
Well, it is a long question, but music has been part of my life since childhood. Really,
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with piano lessons. I grew up singing in the Lutheran church. Um, I music was always part of my life. But then in my 30s, when I started more my spiritual journey and discovered yoga, I loved when we meditated, that sound was a part of that yogic, part of that component. And that got me interested. But I never thought that I would be doing this as a profession. It's been quite the transformation. basically what happened, and this is the short story, is that I spent many years as a designer, first as a graphic designer and then an interior designer for
Okay.
over 20 years. But I just found myself, as women of a certain age get to be, found myself just wanting to do more, wanting to give back to the community, wanting to do more. I had a lovely, brilliant career as an interior designer. I loved it, but it just wasn't holding the interest that I wanted it to
Mm-hmm.
for several years. And the music, I'm a longtime veteran choral singer. I've
Oh,
sung with
okay.
several choral groups throughout the years, over 30 years.
Huh.
And I knew I wanted to do something with music. And so COVID happened.
Ah,
COVID happened, changed all of our lives. As
yes.
I quit my full time job, I was working as a kitchen and bath designer at the Kohler store here in Westport, and I watched an interview on Gaia TV
Mm-hmm.
with Gail Lynn, the inventor of the harmonic egg,
Ah,
and she had had this conscious conversation with Regina Meredith. And I basically, Katie, I had a spiritual download.
oh,
And I'm getting chills just talking
yeah,
about it. I said I have to do this. There was no question in my
oh,
mind.
that's amazing. Wow.
I she was, looking for people to be egg owners. We actually call them egg guardians. She was looking for, you know, people to start businesses with this 600-pound harmonic egg. And I went to my partner Mike and I said, I want to buy an egg. So the egg really started it, because I was forced
Oh,
to actually have a brick and mortar space to put the egg in order to
oh.
see clients.
So in
So
this
that was
case, the egg came
the egg
first.
came first, right? Exactly. The egg
Okay.
definitely came first.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
So
it took a while. I remember you when
right.
you ordered it. It took a
Yeah,
long
it
time.
took 11 months to get.
Okay.
And then just a lot went into finding the space. But once I made the commitment to the harmonic egg and having to get commercial space, then I also worked with a lovely coach, score mentor of mine, and we looked at it and said, well, we might want to add other things. So that's when the sound healing events came into being.
Okay. So initially it was just going
It
to be
was
the
just going to
egg
be
and
the egg, and that was
everything.
all I was going to do.
I
And
got you.
then we looked at it from a business standpoint and realized, well, we want different streams of income coming in. And also, it was a big desire for me to have a community center where I could make a difference in other people's lives.
Uh,
And if they couldn't afford a private egg session, they could, afford to come in and have a sound bath meditation, which is
I see.
affordable.
I see.
And then out of that grew the desire to also offer instruments so people could take part of the sound bath home with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and then again, part of our mission is to help people have their own meditation practice with sound as a component.
Oh, wow. So that really ties in your whole mission with, like some of your core values that
Absolutely,
we've talked
absolutely,
about occasionally, right?
absolutely. So, one of my big core values was making a difference. Not as an artist and a designer, I felt like I was making a difference, but there was always something needling at me. It was bugging
Mm-hmm.
me. I
Mm-hmm.
knew there was something else I was meant to do. And I wanted it to have a spiritual component.
Yes.
I just didn't know how to do that.
Gotcha.
And when the opportunity to get involved with the harmonic egg and purchase the harmonic egg came, it was like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my life's purpose.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that spiritual component. That's
Right. And
yeah.
again, that's been something that's been with me since childhood, really.
Uh-huh.
I've always thought, why am I here? What is my purpose? I've just been, I consider myself a lifelong spiritual seeker.
Mm-hmm.
what am I here to do? Please give me an answer.
Yeah,
As a lot of us are, you know.
absolutely, absolutely.
It's that gnawing just question of and for many years art did fulfill me,
Hmm.
but then it didn't. Then it
Yeah, well, there's
then
cycles.
right.
Uh, yeah.
And I just found myself really enjoying the singing more that I was doing. And then when the opportunity came to do this business, I said, God, I love group singing. I love group involvement. I've been a
Hmm.
choral singer forever,
Hmm.
and I said, well, maybe we can do some sound healing. So I went and I got certified as a sound healer. I went
Hmm.
up to the Sage Academy of Sound in Woodstock, New York,
Okay.
the summer of 2021, and got my certification. It was 3 months. It was a beautiful program. Shout out to Leah Garnier, one of my teachers,
Yeah.
and it's just been evolving.
That's, yeah, I didn't even realize that part of
Yes,
your story. So, how would you say, like looking a little bit back? I mean, I know you're still in the throes of it because
yeah,
it's a new business and
brand new.
everything.
We're on 7 weeks, I think, and
Okay,
counting.
brand new, brand
Brand new.
new. But looking back a little bit, is there anything like that you can pinpoint, like how have you changed or how like you're evolving? We're never there. I know there's
Right.
no
It's a
destination,
process.
but is there anything that you could share with people so they can see how you're evolved a little bit?
Well, my evolution, I think I had to really step out and be more in the public, opening a center. That
Okay.
for me was really kind of frightening. It was
Yeah,
scary.
yeah.
Um, but I think it's Brene Brown says you can use, you know, you can you can pick courage or comfort. You can't have both. So I had to just be brave and to
Hmm.
do this, even though inwardly I was terrified of putting myself out there and being on Main Street and feeling rather exposed,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that's beautiful because Brene Brown is all about vulnerability
exactly. Yeah,
and being vulnerable,
yeah.
and that's how we grow.
Right. And really, pushing to your edge and leaning in.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I said, well, it was the if not now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Good,
know.
good. Yeah, and also though the part of it that resonates with me is that you had this vision, you had this mission,
Yes.
because once you knew that the egg was part of it
Right.
or a big part of
A big
it,
part of it. There was no going back.
you
There
know,
was
and
no
that's
going
what this
back.
like conscious creation is all about. So you had this
Yes.
dream. Would
Right.
you characterize it that way?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And once you know, as Gail Lynn, the inventor of the harmonic egg, says, a lot of times the egg find their owners. And the egg
Uh,
definitely found me.
yeah,
I did not find the egg
yeah.
found me.
It's no accident.
And there was no
Right.
accident. And it was something that I was called. I really felt I was called to do this. So
Mm.
once I made that commitment, all of these magical things started to transpire. Unexpected money showed up that for the egg. This amazing space that I found, Main Street Westport, showed up there. Once I actually made that commitment to open the center,
Yeah.
things, help from all unforeseen circumstances started happening.
I love
It was
that
remarkable.
because that's how it
It
works,
was
you know?
remarkable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you looked a long time too, didn't you, for the right spot or the.
Yeah, I had a spot that was on the post road, that was sort of tucked away in back of a restaurant, and I almost signed a lease for that space, and at the last minute it fell through,
Ah,
as there are no accidents.
yes.
And then I went just casually over to get a smoothie at Gigi and Joe, and I looked up, and all of a sudden I saw the rental sign, and I went, "Oh my God, that's my place.
Oh, you
That's my
just knew.
place." I knew.
Yeah,
But that was back in February, and we didn't open our center till 10 months later.
yeah. Took a while. And it is beautiful, I have to say to our
Thank you.
audience.
Thank
Um,
you.
I'm not, this is not a commercial by any means, but
Thank you.
it is
It
beautiful.
was
And
mostly a raw space that we
yes,
fully renovated.
yes,
So, and
yeah.
we're very, very pleased. And the feedback, it was more energetically, being a designer, energetically. It was so important when people crossed the threshold to get that sense of calm and
And that's
peace.
exactly what it is.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Well, I love being there. So,
Thank you.
I know I want to hear more about, I mean, I know the egg because I experienced it,
Right.
but I'd like for our
For your
audience,
audience, yeah. So
yes.
it's basically it's large. I mean, the most frequent question I ask is, I'm going to be put into this chamber. I'm going to be claustrophobic. It is very large. It's 11 feet wide by 7 feet tall by 7 feet deep.
Okay.
So I tell people it's like the size of a walk-in closet. So it's customized. It's really three modalities combined in one. So it's sound. So we have specific music soundtracks that we play. So it is sound therapy plus color therapy. So we have different lights. We have one light on the top and one light on the bottom. So we have different color therapies, different colors working. So we have sound, color, and then the third component is really the sacred geometric chamber of the egg itself. So when you're in the egg, it the energy is revolving around, and the sound and the vibration and the frequencies are staying within that 360 vortex of the egg. And that, to me, that's what makes it so, Katie, makes it so special.
Well, I can say it feels like the sound, and when you say music, it's not like any music I've ever experienced.
Right.
It's otherworldly.
Right.
It
It's
feels like
highly
it.
vibrational, and it's a
Yeah.
wave file versus the compressed MP3s that we all listen to
Okay.
on our phone. So it's the closest you can get to actual live
Yeah,
music.
and it feels like it's inside of me when I'm in there.
Right, because the egg is made completely of wood, of soft birch wood, and
Hmm.
it's a double walled, and it resonates against the panels. So that's why you feel it. I tell people it's like being inside of a guitar body, and you're just resonating with
Yes,
that
yes,
that
yes,
feeling.
yes.
Is that
That's it. Yeah, that
and
describes it.
that does that describe what you
Uh-huh.
felt when you
Yeah,
were in it?
yeah, absolutely does. And it's very relaxing though. So it's not like you're feeling like vibrating like "Meh," like that at all.
Right.
It's very calming and relaxing and transporting is the way I would describe it.
Yes.
If you're
Yes.
transported, it's almost like an out of body experience in that regard.
Yes, I personally had an out of body
Hmm.
experience.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Do.
have. Not
Okay.
that, you
Not
know,
that you have
you
to.
have to,
No,
not at
no.
all. And everyone who experiences the egg experiences quite somewhat differently. But I just I love when people come out of the egg and their face looks it's they look like they've had the best rest of their life, and they've only been in there for 50
Yes.
minutes.
So it's a 50-minute
It's a
session.
50-minute session. So, and it's 40 minutes of the soundtrack, and then it's a 10-minute of silent integration. And
All
that's
right.
really, during those 10 minutes, that's really, Katie, where the magic happens, as far as it 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 heals you on a really deep cellular level, and
Hmm.
that happens really in that last
Oh,
10
okay.
minutes. It's
Okay,
interesting.
that is interesting. So the benefits.
So many. It it helps anything from anxiety, stress, insomnia, but it also, people have come to the egg with autoimmune issues that they can't heal through traditional Western medicine. Also helps with inflammation, with different even physical
Hmm.
injuries have been
Hmm.
helped. I mean, this is sound and light have been around for thousands of years, and all Native American cultures,
Hmm.
Egyptian cultures, they've all used sound and light. It's just we in our Western culture haven't really recognized it, and are recognizing it more and
More
more,
now.
more now.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. So it allows your body to heal from
Heal
the
itself.
inside out.
Right, right. So I like to say to people that the egg per se is not healing you. You are healing you
Yeah.
because our bodies are brilliant healing machines. The problem is we're always in with our modern 24/7 go 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 society. We're never allowing our body to calm down and allowing our autonomic nervous system to calm down enough to get out of the sympathetic and into the parasympathetic, to get out of that fight or flight, out of that 24/7, this going from this to this to
Yeah.
this. So what the egg allows you to do is that it resets your autonomic nervous system. It resets you. So you're allowed,
Yes.
and then your body can heal itself naturally.
That makes sense.
So people ask me, well, is the egg good for stress? Yes. Is it good for arthritis? Yes. Is it good for addiction? Yes. Is it good for fertility issues?
It's
Yes.
helpful
It
for
it,
anything in
it
that
really
regard. Yeah.
doesn't. The egg
Yeah.
does not know disease by name.
Ah.
It really
Yes.
doesn't.
No.
So it really can help.
It just goes where it's needed in
It
a
goes where it's needed.
like energy healing that I do. That
Yeah,
way.
it's
That
the
way.
same basis of energy
Uh-huh.
work that you do and many of my lovely friends and colleagues do.
Yeah.
It comes from you're just getting your body to relax enough so it can heal itself.
And I felt after the session like I was totally aligned.
Yes.
Like I kind of
Yes.
got taken apart and put back together in a way where I, was realigned in a
Yes.
way that was healthy and whole for me.
Right.
And
Yes.
that was pretty remarkable. I don't think I'd ever
Brilliant.
experienced anything quite like that.
Brilliant.
So
Yes.
that
And it
was
is
cool.
cumulative. Most people, we recommend anywhere from 3 to 10 sessions. So I implore people to come and try it and see for themselves. But once you sort of hit that 3 session, 4 session, you start to it really is quite remarkable
Quite cumulative.
and
Good
is
to know.
cumulative. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you for all of that. And I also want to talk a little bit about, the sound baths, but I think there's
Yes.
something else maybe we should talk about first so we don't run out of time.
Okay. Yeah. How are we
I know
doing
you're
on
starting
time?
something new.
Yes, I am so excited. So near and dear to my heart. We do have offerings, sound bath meditations. We're up to 4 offerings a week with Gary Posner.
Right.
But I am just launching, I announced it on my website a couple days ago, Woman's Singing Circle. It's called Singing as Sanctuary for Your Soul.
Singing as
Sanctuary
sanctuary
for your
for
soul.
soul.
So
Beautiful.
this is going to be a singing circle that I'm offering to women only, but women of all ages. No musical experience is required. No reading of music is required.
Right.
It's all in the traditional oral tradition of call and response.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
So this type of singing, again, I have a musical background and I've been a classical choral singer really all my life, and I always had music in front of me. And I learned this type of singing from a gal out in California, Heather Houston. Shout out to heatherhoustonmusic.com to learn of getting, and we did it all on Zoom. I did an intensive 6-month training with her. And it really, these songs are so powerful because I could sing the alto part of Handel's Messiah, right? But who wants to hear that? So this was a teaching of these beautiful songs. I mean, some traditional like Amazing Grace, but then Heather, some from India, some from Africa, some Vedic chanting.
Nice.
It really runs the gamut.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to be hopefully gathering a group of women, and we're going to be exploring about a dozen songs that you can learn. And then again, it's all about taking that practice home with you and singing them at home. It's in a non-competitive, very safe environment, safe container environment. So whether you've been singing for years or you've never sung at all, or maybe you just sing in the shower and want to, explore your voice. I mean,
Well,
it's
I think, from what I've heard, that singing is one of the most healthy and helpful things we can do for ourselves.
oh yeah.
And I don't know how to carry a tune. I mean, I know that. I don't. I just don't. So I want to do this,
Right,
but I
right,
don't know. Are you going
right.
to help me
Well,
learn?
well, yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And it's amazing how just what you said, I don't know how to carry a tune. You probably do.
Well, that's a limiting belief, right?
But we yeah, we all have these limiting beliefs and these stories around our own voices.
Mm,
And I am passionate about busting through these limiting beliefs that mostly women have, but men as well.
mhm,
Mostly women have about their voices, and
mhm,
it's and I had it about my own voice, and
mm,
I've been singing since I've been 3 years old. So,
okay.
I was told in high school that I remember going out for the lead in a production, and the other girl got it. The director wanted me because I was a better actress, and the music director wanted the other gal because she had a voice that was touched by the gods. And I shut down. I did not sing from age
Oh,
16 to 30
wow.
because I was told that, oh, she doesn't have
And
a
that stuck with you.
good voice,
Good enough voice.
good enough. She wasn't good enough.
Mhm.
And it wasn't till my 30s that I said, gosh, I don't have any music in my life. Maybe I should try out for a choir.
Mm,
And that's when I joined the Collegiate Chorale in New York City.
mhm.
You know, so people shut down
Yeah,
their
that's true.
voices
Mm,
for reasons that and everyone has these stories. So part of
yeah.
my passion is to break through exactly what you just said. I can't carry a tune. I'm here to tell you you can.
Awesome.
That that African proverb. If you can walk, you can dance, and if you can talk, you can sing.
Yeah. Okay. This
So
is
you can sing,
so
Katie,
exciting.
and it's so empowering, and it's fun.
Yes.
You get together with a group of women, you sing in harmony. It's
All
fun.
right. Well, we're going to do
So
this.
we're gonna do this, and please go to my website and
Okay.
sign up for the free introductory on February 16th.
Okay. Okay. And then it's going to be like a
And a
well,
6 week consecutive course every
6
Thursday night for 6 weeks. So we're
Okay.
going to have about a dozen songs that we're going to learn. We're going to build on them. So we're going
Okay.
to get better each and every week.
This is so much fun.
And then you have songs that you can sing to yourself. And again, non-competitive. It's in a loving, safe container.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited
Yeah,
about that.
I'm excited too.
Well, we do have a couple more minutes. So about the sound baths. So these are
These are Gary is running his. Gary had trained at the British Academy of Sound Therapy, so he is running a special type of sound bath called a therapeutic sound bath.
mhm,
So he actually has a set formula to sort of take your body in from beta to alpha to theta. Really goes into a
deep.
deep.
Yes.
Most of the people that come out just, again, similar to when they come out of the egg, their
Yes.
face looks completely different. Their whole aura looks completely different.
Yes. And I have
So,
experienced that as well. And
yes,
yeah, I
yes.
think his sound baths are like no other that I've had. Although any sound bath is great.
Right, right. There
They're
is no
always
bad sound
no,
as far,
no,
as far
no.
as,
They're all
but
wonderful.
Gary has a unique offering that I am thrilled that he's an integral core part of the Hummingbird Healing Center.
Okay, cool.
He right now is my main sound practitioner. We will be offering additional programs, but for right now, Gary is doing 4 main
Okay.
programs.
So you can check out that on Lisa's
Yes, on my
website,
website.
and I think
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna have.
Monday and Wednesday mornings we have a 60-minute, and then Tuesdays and Sundays we have a 90-minute. So a little bit
So
deeper
we're gonna
dive.
have to wrap up now.
Oh,
This
okay,
was so
great.
much fun
Oh, it
talking
went by
to
so
you. I
quickly.
know it always does. So thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you for
Thank you for
having
our audience
me.
for tuning in. And thank you to the Westport Library Verso Studios for hosting us today. We're thrilled to be here. All right, check in again the next time. Namaste. Bye bye.